Hello and welcome to the Hammers Chat Transfer Show, where we're going to be going through the latest news and rumours. Unfortunately, there's not much news, but there's plenty of rumours to get into. So, Tom, let's start with that. Let's start with the big one. Our big striker, the one with the ponytail, Andy Carroll. Let's go for the loan perspective first. Would you be happy with a loan to Chelsea, or would you only be happy if Batshuayi came the other way?
That's a difficult one, Joe, really. I mean, I've always been an advocate for Carroll leaving to get him off the books, but now, in the scheme of things, the wages that he's on, 75, 80 a week, it's not a great deal, to be honest. And I just don't, for a loan, no, I don't think a loan, Joe. No, I don't think I'll have a loan, no.
What about yourself, Luke? Would you loan out Andy Carroll, or does it matter if Batshuayi comes to West Ham?
Well, isn't Carroll out of contract at the end of the season?
Next season, end of next season.
Okay. No, I want to get shot of him ASAP, really, and I want to get the money in as well. For me, he's always been that stereotypical footballer that loves going out, loves drinking. Every season, there's a couple of controversial sort of stories about him. I don't know. We don't get enough football out of him, I'm afraid. For me, I just want to get shot of him and get the money in. And yeah, I mean, Batshuayi could be an option, but I mean, for me, I just want to get the money in and get shot of Carroll, because it's all ifs and buts with him every season for me.
What the only option on the table, Luke, was a loan deal with no Batshuayi included. Would you go for that, or do you think we'd be a bit silly to get rid of our striker where we've got no guarantees of getting someone in?
To be honest, I mean, if Batshuayi came this way, I would take that deal if Carroll goes on loan. I think Batshuayi would fit in at West Ham. I think there's a lot of sort of characters similar to him. I know he's quite fun on social media and all of that. So he's definitely a character that would fit in here. So I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, we were after him so long a couple of seasons ago. So it'd be silly to turn this opportunity down, I think.
Tom, you said you would have liked to sell Andy Carroll. A week ago, it was quoted at 35 million. I think most people laughed at that. It's been quoted over the last 24 hours at 20 million. Would you take that 20 million, or again, is it a bad window to be selling any players?
Look, G, I mean, look, I've been an advocate for Andy Carroll to leave, get sold. End of the day, if he offers £20 million, it's hard to describe it, really. I don't trust the owners with the £20 million or any money they get for him, if that makes sense. So on that basis, I wouldn't like to see him actually get sold, because I'm pretty sure that they'll take that £20 million. They'll probably sell Oxford as well for £10 million eventually to Borussia Mönchengladbach, and then they'll have £30 million there, and then give us £40 to £45 million kitty in the summer. So I don't trust but we need that money as well as an extra 40-50 million invested here. So I don't trust the owners, mate, to actually reinvest it. That makes sense?
Yeah, it does make sense indeed. That's one of the big transfer rumours discussed. Let us know what you think at home. Before we move on to the next big one to talk about, look, Javier Hernandez has been linked with a move away quite recently. Besiktas are wanting him apparently. Would you be selling him, or do you think it would be a bit of a... He's only been here 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, it's a touchy subject for a lot of people, but for me, I would sell him. I'd cash in. I think he's on big wages. I don't think we play him often enough. I know he's popular to a lot of people because of his history at Manchester United and things like that. But everyone keeps going on about this system. Oh, we need to play to his system. But I mean, I remember the days of your Marlon Harewood, your Bobby Zamoras that didn't really have a system, and wherever they played, there was goals going in. Where Hernandez, it's one way or the other, and to be honest, for that money, I just think we're stupid keeping him with David Moyes in charge as well. I just don't think it's going to work out. I don't think really he wants to be here, and he'd just much be suited to being in somewhere like Spain, really.
Interesting, perhaps controversial, love it. But let's talk about the one that could be controversial. Tom, James Collins. It's come up in the last day or so that Brighton want him, offering him a 2-year deal. We, West Ham, have not yet offered him a contract extension. His contract obviously expires in the summer. So what would you be doing? Would you like to see him sold, get the money, or do you think we should be offering him a new deal?
No, that we should offer him a new deal, Jay. That man deserves. I mean, we said this. You can't get enough sort of like characters in the dressing room, really. Tompkins was a huge character. Ultimately, it's going to be a part of the player's decision anyway. If he wants to go, they've got to respect it. But our club should be bending over backwards to give him at least another year's deal, see him out his career at us, and And yeah, he's deserved it, really. I heard he doesn't deserve a testimonial, obviously, because obviously he hasn't done 10 straight years, but he's done 10 years combined with us. So, you know, he's, and I'd like to see him have his coaching badges as well, mate. I wouldn't say stay with the club. He's a massive character, you know, and he's invaluable for the youngsters learning and things. So, no, I don't want to entertain the eye. But obviously, if Gins turns around and says he wants to go to play another 2 years, we've got to respect that, you know. But I don't want to see him go personally. And that club should be bent over backwards to keep him, Gio.
Do you agree with that, Luke, or is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree there with Tom. I'm completely the same belief in that. I think, you know, Ginge gets injured a couple of times, well, quite a few times, but then every game he comes back, he fills his boots. He does more than fill his boots, and he's a really big impact on our team, and really he is still a fan's favourite at West Ham.
The only bit of transfer news we can bring you that is definite is Martin Samuelson has joined Burton on loan. Tom, centre midfielder, everyone wants a centre midfielder. It was sort of knowing that it is our priority. Are you concerned that there's not much centre midfielder talk going on just now?
I am a bit, mate. Yeah, no, I actually come round to the fact that obviously John Joe Shelby, I think he would actually play well in our centre, to be honest with you. And that's how things have got really bad. I mean, the next level obviously is not John Joe Shelby, it's a better player than John Joe Shelby. But I'll go around to the fact that he would actually do well in our centre midfield, mate. So yeah, I'm a bit worried the fact that we're just going to be. We're 2 or 3 injuries away from being a serious crisis at our club. That's how thin our squad is. So it needs to be addressed, yeah. It really does need to be addressed. And I hope they've got targets in mind and actually get them before the end of the window.
Well, with the news that Michail Antonio is injured and possibly needs surgery, although he doesn't seem to need the surgery, but he's still injured, it was touted that David Moyes might be looking at a right winger, and the right winger that he may have been looking at was Adama Traore of Middlesbrough, as we looked at him in the summer. Luke, what's your thoughts on Traore? Would you like to see him at West Ham, or is he sort of the exact same as Antonio? Power, pace, not quite got the end product.
Yeah, no, I would definitely take him. I think we are lacking so much pace. It's unbelievable. You know, that trip to Middlesbrough we had when we did win the game, but he did take on quite a few of our players, and it was quite exciting to watch. I think we need someone like him to beat a man, lift the crowd. End product, you know, sometimes it will pay off, but you know, we also want to be excited. We want to see players take on players with pace, which we haven't seen enough of over the last couple of seasons. I would definitely take him. I think he's a good player.
Is his position a priority for you, Luke? That right wing, a little bit of pace. Is that priority, or do you think centre midfield and maybe striker should be the focus?
Yeah, I do think it is a priority. I think I think they're all priorities. How we have got to this date without signing anyone is ridiculous. But we do need a right winger. I think we just need cover. Again, you look at Tottenham, how much, I hate to say it, but the amount of squad depth they have is unbelievable. And we just need to sign these players that are going to make competition in the squad. Because if Antonio comes back, he knows his position's there, but we want him to have that competition, I think, personally.
What about yourself, Tom? Would you like to see Traore at West Ham?
Yeah, as Luke said, yeah, it was that game against Middlesbrough. He was pretty good, you know. So yeah, I would like to see him, mate. He's pretty pacey. And to be honest, I'll take anyone at the moment, Gio, to be honest with you. It's getting to that sort of stage now. As I said, I turned around and said to myself the other day, if we get an Arnautovic and Lanzini injured, we're going to be in serious crap. We're not safe yet, you know. So we need to get it seriously addressed, Gio. We really do.
Look, Reece Oxford, even before he came back, it was rumours that he wanted to stay in Germany. He's come back. He played last night. It's still rumoured that he wants to go back to Germany. Would you loan him, sell him, or keep him?
I would keep him. I'd definitely keep him. I was a big fan of him when he first came on the scene against Arsenal, which seems a very long time ago now. But from then, we just didn't manage him properly, and I just think it's about keeping him. We overhyped him quite a lot, and I'd hate the thought of him being sold when we did all that overhyping him about him being the next Rio Ferdinand and things like that. I like the way he plays. I like the way he defends. I think he's going to be a good player. And I would just like to see us keep him, really. I don't want him to be sold.
According to ex-West Ham employee, West Ham are interested in Inter Milan midfielder / attacking midfielder João Mario. Tom, do you know anything again about the Portuguese international?
No, nothing. I can't. So I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh, yeah, that player does this, does that." No, I'm sure he's a really good player, mate. But unless to look at YouTube and get a few clips of him, which would be the right thing to do, I wouldn't know nothing about it, mate. So sorry, no, I can't tell you.
I appreciate the honesty as always. 17 days done, 14 to go. Luke, nobody in. Are you worried?
Yep, I am worried. Just repeating what Tom said, if Arnautovic or Lanzini goes, either one of them, we're in big trouble. We are far from safe yet, and we're just lacking so much depth still. I am really worried, and I'm actually quite frustrated as well. It's really frustrating because we do desperately need players, and I think last night even showed that. We don't have enough squad depth to put away Shrewsbury properly, and I just think we are desperate for players.
Just quickly, Luke, how many players do you think we need, or what positions do you think we need in this window?
In this window, I think we should be looking at 3, and I think they should have been lined up on the 1st of January, to be honest. I mean, if we had someone like Harry Redknapp in charge, I'm sure they'd be done, because Harry loves a transfer and he loves getting his business done. But we've been so slack, and it's actually rather frustrating. And, you know, if a couple of bad results, we're right back down there again. And a couple of injuries, it's even worse. We had this problem last season, and we're not learning from our mistakes. It's so frustrating as a fan because, you know, we've paid a lot of money again, and we just want to see some signings that we have been promised.
Tom, you came on a week or 2 ago now, had a little chat with myself, and I think it was Mike at the time. We discussed the transfer rumours, etc. And I asked you this question, are you worried? And you said you were quite calm. There was only a third in, still 2/3 to go. Now that we're slightly over halfway, are you worried yet, or are you still quite calm?
No, I'm getting a bit worried, yeah. But the problem is, I mean, I totally agree with what Luke said about the fact that we need probably 2 to 3 players. Yeah. But we should be going for the targets that we want in the summer, you know. So we should be spending big money now, maybe a bit more money, but getting the targets we want in the summer, not just getting fill-me-ins. And then obviously they're going to be squad players that cost a lot of money. You know, we need to get the players. I understand the club probably have gone for them, haven't got them. But you're right. They should have addressed this problem a month before the window opened. You know, we must have known who we needed. You know, and the fact that we haven't sort of made a move. You know, and haven't got anyone coming in. It's pretty worrying. Have we got enough squad depth for youngsters and things to get through this season? I don't think we have, mate. As Luke said, they've struggled against Shrewsbury. Youngsters are the youngsters. You know, so it's worrying, mate. You know, I can understand why the board don't want. I can see it from both angles, you know, but for us as fans, it's pretty frustrating, mate, and it's looking dire.
Some other quick rumours for you. Diafra Sakho's apparently agreed a deal with Crystal Palace, although he doesn't want to go to Crystal Palace, so that one's on hold. Swansea and West Brom and Newcastle are also looking at him, while West Ham's favourite to replace Sakho should he leave is Russian Fyodor Smolov. Who that is, I do not know, but I'm sure we'll be looking at him if he comes in. But anyway, let us know what you think at home. Andy Carroll is the main one, and so is James Collins. What do we do with the Ginger Pelly? He's getting on a little bit. His contract's up at the end of the season, but we haven't offered him a new contract, but Brighton are putting 2 years on the table for him, so what do we do there? But Luke, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Tom, thank you as always.
No problem, mate.
Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new around here, and we'll see you tomorrow night for our preview of the Bournemouth game. Catch you in a bit.